Shalom. This is a PSA. This is a PSA, public service announcement. Church makes you fat. Giving all praise to Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua B'Shem Kakodash. So I was watching this video. Let me see if I can find it. Give me a second. Bear me for a minute. Well, I'll do this. I put in black. I was watching a video, and I'll go to it in a minute. Do this here. Let's do this. Just gonna bring this over, and I want to click on this. Now let me set this up. Let me do it this way. Giving all praise to Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua B'Shem Kakodash. Just bear with me for a minute. Yeah, I was watching, as soon as I can find the video, I'll either play it or just bring it up. Too many black men, the focus is on men suffering from eat too much and get too fat. Okay, let's see if we can find it. See if I had. Let me do it this way. So, of wellness. Okay, I want to go to his newest video. I don't know if I subscribed to the guy. I didn't get where the hell is the video now? Oh, he puts up a lot of videos. Anyway, if you get mad about that, it's the truth. Let me bring this back a little bit. Faith without work. Pray, listen to me. You really that all of y'all. Pastor John Gray has 1 million, and somebody sent me a post about much for. Let me speed it up. Background speed normal. Let me just test it. The black church discusses. Speed it up a little bit more. I sped it up. Anyway, I hope you can hear this. This video was put up 2 days ago.
On July 10th, Larry Reed asked for prayer for Pastor John Gray, who is hospitalized in critical condition. And we know why, it's food related, health. Well, he's going through a health crisis because of his obesity. So let you listen to some of it. I hope you can hear it clearly. And this is another reason why you shouldn't go to the church, especially for you men, all of you, but especially you men. You should be ashamed. Every so-called black man should be ashamed of themselves if you attend, I'll say the so-called white man's church, which we call it plantation Christianity. The Christianity that you go by, that you follow, that you believe in, the churches that you go to are all based on the churches that you attended when you were out in the field working for Massa. So that's another curse. That's another curse. If you notice, this guy Vocab Malone, you go through the year from 2016 and up until now. There's two of them now. It looked like he's double the weight that he was in 2016. He always talks about, I got to lose weight. You know what it is? It's the church. The church is a curse. That's a video right there. That's a topic. The church is a curse. So let me let you listen. Like I said, I sped it up, and then I'll speak on it. And if you notice, myself and Apostle Gabar, certain others, we've been doing videos here and there about health. We do on and off research. We get a lot of information based upon, the diet. Health is based upon the diet. Like I did a video a couple of days ago on the subject of black rice. And I mentioned in that video, brown rice, quinoa. Try to stay away from white rice. Like if you go to restaurants, they'll give you white rice, but that's why you go to restaurants that, sell healthier foods, or learn how to cook your own foods, put the meals together. I do a lot of juices. Like I don't eat breakfast. I don't eat the average American breakfast, which that's, the coffee and the donuts, that's a killer. That's drugs. You're doing drugs. At the glazed 2 or 3 glazed donuts and a cup of coffee, that's a drug right there. That's a drug. That affects your body, that brings you down, that causes what do you call it? Free radicals in your body. Makes your body acidic. Fat, super fat, obese people, their body is definitely acidic, and that's where sicknesses come from. So let me let you listen.
In the Black Church, Larry Reed Live, and somebody sent me a post about a very popular pastor, Pastor John Gray. Pastor John Gray, 1 million Instagram followers. Pastor John Gray has 1 million Instagram followers. And Larry Reed said, I'm very bothered. I've gotten to know both of them more in 2022. And this weekend, we are scheduled to go live on stage interview that all of y'all will be talking about.
Okay, Larry Reed. Okay, I don't know if this is Larry Reed or John Gray. Let me do this. Pastor John Gray. Pastor John Gray. Okay, that is Pastor John Gray. Okay, let me go People supposed to go to church to get blessed. They go to church to get cursed. I mean, I already know why he's hospitalized in critical condition. Look at how fucking fat he is. I mean, he's morbidly obese. This guy's morbidly obese. You know how hard his heart has to work? It's the cold heart that kills. Oh, look at this guy. This man, you know, the church is a hot mess. The church is a hot mess. It says, this was from 2019, right? Pastor John Gray confesses to having cheated on his rib, Avanta Gray. And she's up in weight too. He's fat and she's fat. And it's from the church. And I'm going to show you. There's studies on it that, and it focuses on Black men and women, Black women. You go to church, you be in health, good health, normal size. You go to church for a number of years. The more you stay in church, the fatter you get and the sicker you get. Vocab Malone said you can eat ill, electric ill. All these pictures, this guy is morbidly obese. They're both obese. They're not balanced. Look at that. Look at that. You're way too big. That's why he's in critical condition. And it's down from the church. And I'm the first to tell you, look, you're gaining weight, brother. You need to bring that weight down. You need to start walking and change your diet. I said it to Apostle Gabar. I said, you're gaining too much weight, brother. And what he did was he changed his whole diet. He has a steamer. He got me a steamer. I mean, every picture, this man is morbidly, not fat, morbidly obese. Okay, these people got married, I guess, under this church. Guess what? Couple years, they both gonna be fat. He got a tent. That's not a suit, that's a tent. How big that dude is. The Black church is a hot mess. IUIC, they did a blitz on the other day on Geno Jennings' church. He's, you know, bumping his gums, talking about he'll deal with the Israelites, he'll deal with anybody. He was afraid to come out to church, which I think is a waste of time, you know, but it draws attention to the Israelites. Okay, you got a baby. Look at this, man. Look at this. Look how fat this nigga is. Okay, and they're secular. They're secular. The church is secular, man. I believe the Grammys, they now give awards for best gospel singer because gospel music is secular music. It wasn't always that way. So they asked him for prayer. I mean, every picture is too damn big. That's why you got to wear, clothes that drape over. Now they coming with the comedic look. The Christian church brings nothing but confusion. These people are worldly, man. The Christian church is nothing but confusion. And especially the black church. You don't know shit in the black church. Let me see. Let me come back over here. Let's listen to some more of this.
I don't even care about that right now. Just pray. He has saddle pulmonary embolism, half blocked pulmonary artery. Please pray. Listen to me. You have got to pray. Intercessors are needed. That's all I can say right now. Well, Brother Larry, and maybe you all can like and share this video enough to where it reaches him or reaches Brother John Gray. Unfortunately, faith without works is dead. And unfortunately, the Most High doesn't answer. He is not obliged to perform miracles on behalf of our disobedience to the laws that he has given us. And one of the most deadliest theology in the black church, while we have, unfortunately, my prayers are with him and his family. My prayers are with him and his beautiful family, Pastor John. But Pastor John, Larry, Black church, my fellow brothers and sisters, the reason why we have so much sickness and death and destruction is because we have forsaken the very laws we were given to protect our health. Christians are the fattest, sickest group of people in America. Doesn't matter if you get mad about that, it's the truth. They did a study that showed that the more a black person attends church, the fatter and sicker they become.
But research shows that African-American men attending church almost daily are 3 times more likely to be obese than those who never or rarely attend church.
The theology taught to us in slavery concerning nutrition has destroyed the mental and physical health of the black community. How fat and sick do we have to become before we forsake this snakes or slave theology that has not worked in the real world? The script.
That's why you got to tell a nigga, you too fat, bro. Every week you come around, yo, nigga, when you gonna lose weight? When you gonna start walking? If you see him with a Big Mac, smack it out of his hand. And that's from stress. So the Lord said, my yoke is easy, right? Well, when you go to church, you're supposed to balance your life, not get fat. You go in there skinny, a couple years later, you're morbidly obese and you drop dead. And that's from the dietary law. They say if you pray over it, what is that? Matthew 15, and I believe Luke. Is it Luke? It's also in the book of Luke. I'm sorry, Mark 7 and Matthew 15. This clown, this fat clown, Vocab Malone, he basically went into Mark chapter 7 about the disciples not traditionally washing their hands. And at the end almost at the end, he concluded that you can eat anything. It had nothing to do with what you ate, as far as meat, bread, or whatever. And then this clown, Vocab Malone, he rolled up on the GMS Dallas camp, and they were going into the dietary law, the elder Yashawamba, the GMS Dallas. And if you watch the video, I got to find it. Vocab Malone said something to the effect that you can eat anything as long as you bless it, pray over it and all that, as long as you do it in the name of the Lord, which I don't even know the name of the Lord. And the elder said, Yashawamba said, can you eat electric eel? And this clown, Vocab Malone, said yes. That dude is not going to eat no electric eel. All right, that's stupid. There's churches down south among Edomites that they get venomous snakes and they play with the snakes. And most of the time they get bit and they're hospitalized or they die. The church is a damn fucking joke. And you so-called black men should be ashamed of yourself for going to church. And it's good that this nigga is in the hospital. He's thinking now, I shouldn't hate that, I shouldn't hate. It doesn't, that nigga go to Dunkin' Donuts or Krispy Kreme and will eat, he'll order like 2 dozen and eat every last one of them with a gallon of milk. You got a problem. You got a problem. Food is a drug. People get addicted. You're addicted to this. You're addicted to crack. You're addicted to heroin. You're addicted to opiates. You're addicted to Valium, the doctor's prescription. You can get addicted to that. You can also get addicted to food, alcohol addiction. The church doesn't balance you because the Lord is not in the church. The true Lord, the Most High, Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, is not in the church. And he's calling on Jesus. Jesus ain't, first of all, there's no such thing as Jesus. That's a made up name. Anyway, let me do this. So I put in black churchgoers eat too much. I didn't put black men, I put black churchgoers eat too much. This is what I found. More obesity among black men who attend church often. The more you go to church, the unhealthier you become. The more you go to church, the fatter you become. Now you might say, well, Todd, there's certain guys in GMS that, by ISUPK, they all pretty fat. Yeah, they need to balance themselves. They got to deal with the issues. That's an addiction, man. Food is just supposed to, it's supposed to, it's a fuel. When you go out and do what you got to do, you go to work, you run, you exercise, you walk, you do whatever, you need food, which is a fuel. But if you have too much fuel in the form of food, it turns into fat. That's why you got diabetes, all kinds of diseases. Heart attack, stroke is related. I'm sounding like the Minister of Wellness right about now. I'll be the Minister of Wellness Junior. It says and then if you notice, when I first started listening to this individual, Minister of Wellness was on XM radio, and I remember the name, and I went to YouTube. Then I I told Apostle Gabar about it, so he got into it. And then just recently, he's all into the scriptures, and he calls himself an Israelite. He says Shalom. I'm pretty sure he watched, if not our videos at GMS, he watched some of the videos. And everybody's talking about the Israelite thing. The Kemet community, you had Dr. Lean Bay. And I remember him back in the mid-90s. He used to teach the Lord classes, the Azizan Moors. And now he's saying that we're Israelites. All these Jakes are coming to the fact that they're Israelites, and they're scaring the shit out of the white man. It said, in great fear fell upon them that saw him, right? That's Revelation 11. Ezekiel 37. I believe that's the 12th verse. They stood up as a great army, and that army is a spiritual army. It says, is black church culture unhealthy? Yes, it is. Urban faith. Next one, black church meals may serve obesity. The Miami Times. Is that fair, blaming the black church for the African? Let me click on this. The black church is not healthy for you. Point blank, period. Look at that. Look at that. That's the number of carbs. That's carb, deep fried chicken, cornbread, corn, and I believe that's macaroni and cheese. There's no balance there. Where's the vegetables? Where's the fiber? There's not balance. It's carbs on top of carbs. Is that fair, blaming the black church for the African-American obesity epidemic? And this does not happen in white churches. African Americans have the highest rate of obesity among all ethnic groups, and some are saying the Black church just may be responsible for increasing your faith and your waistline. Is our ethnic culture, which consists of going out to eat after worship service. And so, but you know, you can eat, but you got to eat balanced, man. You can't be eating this deep fried shit. Look at that, man. And they call it soul food. You know why they call it soul food? Because you get closer to your soul going to the spiritual realm. You want to get closer to God, you keep eating, you drop dead, you be right in the midst of the Most High. Look at that. That's macaroni and cheese, which is nothing but carbs, simple carbs, not complex. Corn is some form of, this is a complex carb. You got cornbread, which is carbs. You got deep fried chicken, which is carbs. And they had to put the aluminum there so the grease won't burn through that plastic. And that's what you put in your mouth. But the focus is on the Black men, right? It says, let me read on faith and weight. Okay, saying the Black church just may be responsible for increasing our faith and our waistlines. You know, this vocab Malone from 2016 until now, he almost doubled his weight. Is our ethnic culture, which consists of going out to eat after worship service and serving up high-fat soul food meals. The worst food on the planet Earth is soul food. That's the word. That you want to get diseases. You want to get a number of diseases. Eat soul food, which is nothing but comfort food. In our church basements and fellowship halls, something large number of Black, not white, Black churchgoers should reconsider. Let me look up the word. Let me go to soul food. Let me look up soul food. Let me go to all. Okay, it says here, this is all Pastor John Gray. Community sends support to Pastor John Gray while hospitalized. And why is he hospitalized? Because of his bad diet. Pastor, wait a minute, what happened to blessing? Have you been blessing that food? You can't bless what the Most High have cursed. Pastor John Gray hospitalized for pulmonary embolism. That's related to diet. Greenville Pastor John Gray hospitalized with a severe pulmonary embolism in need of a miracle. Relentless Pastor John Gray hospitalized. Okay, let me do this. And I already know what he eats. You're not gonna see him in an Elamite restaurant. You're not gonna see him at Turco's. That's an inside joke. You'll not see him at Turco's. You'll not see him at a Greek restaurant, a Mediterranean restaurant. Which that food you have your salad, you have your onions, your red onions, your couscous, your brown rice, or the quinoa. Jake don't know. You say quinoa. What the hell is a quinoa? Well, what's brown rice? Okay, soul food. Okay, let me go to images. Let me go to images. Okay, that's soul food. Look at that. And this will kill you. You eat this stuff every day, you will wind up in the hospital, you wind up dead. This is what I call a hot mess. Look at this. And the greens got pork in it. Look at that fried chicken. I guess some biscuits. And then why would anybody come up with an idea to combine chicken and waffles? And the reason why Jake goes off and they blast each other, drive-by shootings, because of your mind is not right because of your diet. Bad diet affects the mind. Look at this. This is nothing but death. What is that? That's shrimp, right? That's a po' boy, which is shrimp. The shrimp is against the scriptures. Oh, look at this. Look at this. You couldn't pay me to eat this. A waffle with syrup with deep fried chicken. Look at this. Look at this. Waffles, fried chicken, some other kind of chicken. I guess it's macaroni and cheese, corn. There's nothing healthy about this meal right here. This is all carbs. Southern cooking. And the slaves came up with this style of cooking, which they call it soul food, because you were stressed working out in the field all day. So this is comfort food. And this is big in the South, chicken and waffles. It came from the South, chicken and waffles. Deep fried chicken and waffles, butter with a whole lot of syrup. And Jake can't put a little syrup. They got to put a whole thing. They got to ask for extra syrup. Syrup. Types of Southern cuisine. Creole, you got shrimps in there, which is against the law. Cajun, there's pork, I guarantee you. Look at that. Was that crab? You got crab, lobster. Look at that, carbs. And he's asking for prayer. You should have balanced your diet. You should have ate a alkaline-based diet. This is what Jake loves, man. That's what they love. This is against the Most High. Look at that. Mac and cheese, carbs, collard greens with pork in it, deep fried chicken, and then to top it off, white flour. This is and then you know what they're gonna give him? They're gonna give him if he makes it. If he makes it, they're gonna give him pharmaceuticals, which causes other problems. None of this is if you eat any of these, you see these pictures, if you eat any of these meals every day, you wind up back and forth in the hospital, and eventually you wind up dropping dead. And this is directly related to the church. Peach cobbler. Although peach cobbler is hella good, but it's hella unhealthy. Look at that. Mac and cheese. And Jake loves some mac and cheese, but it's not good for you. Eat that once a month and then run a marathon. Pump your stomach out. It's not good for you. But if you pray over it and you say it in the name of Jesus, well, I'm pretty sure he prayed over that. Look at them. Morbid. I mean, this guy is morbidly obese. She's overweight and he's morbidly obese. And that's a part of the curses. Most High said in Deuteronomy 28, he's going to plague you with diseases. And that's directly related to this. Look at that, macaroni and cheese. This is not good for you. High blood pressure, diabetes. And one disease leads to another disease. You have one disease, you don't take care of it, it becomes a secondary disease, then a third disease. So I'm gonna leave you one precept, maybe two. Let me do this. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm put in hot iron, seared with a hot iron. Hot iron. Okay, I want, let me do this. Yeah, this is the church's speaking lies and hypocrisy, having this conscience seared with a hot iron, meaning it's hard to get a Jake to get out of that Christianity, or Muslim, or Kemetic, or Moors. Okay, so this is one of the precepts that they go to. They go to Mark 7, they go to Matthew 15, and they also go to 1 Timothy 4, verse 4. For every creature of God is good, and nothing to be refused if it be received with thanksgiving. For it is sanctified by the word of the Most High in prayer. So Jake prays over that mess, that hot mess, and then they wonder why they're in the hospital. You know, their heart hurts them and they can't breathe. Oh, call the ambulance, call the ambulance. Somebody, please, Lord Jesus, call the ambulance. The ambulance. The church is a hot mess. As a matter of fact, that's what I'm going to entitle it. The church is a hot mess. With that, I'm going to say shalom.